Hi. Oh my God, what are you doing?
That's so pathetic. All it took was for a woman to show up to his house that was angry at him for saying, your body, my choice, making a joke out of robbing women of their agency. And he instantly comes outside with mace and sprays her.
Also, I don't, I live in buildings there where there's security, etc. So it's a lot harder for you to, come and...
Well, if you're a guy, Myron would probably make it pretty easy for you to...
You don't know if she got a weapon or whatever, bro. That's why the first thing he did was create distance.
This is why I would open up the door.
If he thought that she was a legitimate threat, he wouldn't have even opened the door. One thing for you to be like, yeah, I like the guy. Maybe I understand why he's so on edge. But nope, Myron, the second that he likes somebody, will actually choke on it. But he doesn't choke because he's a fucking pro.
I think if he has a halfway competent lawyer, he'll be able to...
Well, I think the problem with Nick Fuentes getting a halfway competent lawyer is that he hates Jewish people. All right, let's get this party started, guys. Enough dilly-dallying. I just want to let you know, my wife said I look very gay today. So I'm just going to show you the fit. Did I look kind of gay? It's kind of life, I guess, at that point. Anyway, fresh and fit, Myron and Walter, they're having a little lover's quarrel. It just keeps going. I saw Abin Preach post a video about this, so I decided to kind of just look at the raw footage. Just check it out. So I'm just going to see them kind of complain and argue with each other over Nick Fuentes, which is really what it is, because I think Myron has a crush on him, which makes sense. He does like white guys, and that's probably been something that they've really been struggling with in their relationship. You know what I mean? I think that there is a level of true love, maybe, but I think that unfortunately Myron's in his white boy era, so I feel bad for Walter. But let's just watch this.
Like you look at,
oh, that's not even the right one.
Or going to his house, people were mailing shit to his house, etc. So this woman decides,
yeah, they're talking about Nick Fuentes,
to show up to his house and knock on the door, and Nick basically pushes her down the steps. It was like 2 steps.
Ready to connect. Click connect to show now.
Why open the door? I don't understand.
Pushes her down the steps and maces her.
Why open the door in the first place? Actually, why say provocative things on Twitter if you think you're a tough guy? You know what I mean? Like, why are you saying provocative stuff like your body, my choice, or whatever?
And obviously, this got
you are connected as the host.
What is happening?
Welcome, host. You are now in the host room and can manage your...
Wow, what an amazing podcast.
Your callers from the call-in studio web interface.
We'll drop the number for you guys on the screen here in a second.
Yep.
646-490-0394. 646-490-0394 is the number to call into the show, guys.
Perfect, thank you.
It's that New York number, if I'm not mistaken. Using this different service. But yeah, so he pushed her down, etc. And he took her phone and ended up giving it back. Cops show up, etc. And now, a month or so later, he gets arrested for this, right? So probably a detective took on the case. They decided to prosecute him. He gets arrested. It seems like he's released now. It's a misdemeanor charge, just battery.
Okay, cool.
But I think this speaks volumes to where we are in America.
Yeah, it's such a shame that we stopped engaging in being men. Back in my days, talk shit, get hit. One and done. If you go on the computer and you say things like your body, my choice, you say a bunch of insane racist and homophobic stuff, you get hit. Maybe not on the computer. You do that in real life. That's why he's doing it on the computer. But unfortunately, we live in a society now where people, they hide on the internet and they say provocative things for attention, and then they act like little children, and then, all they do, that's what it is. I mean, it's unfortunate that we don't live in a time where men are men anymore.
And what I've realized, ever since the George Floyd riots and Minneapolis being burned down to the ground, there's been...
It's weird because it's still there. I mean, not that the riots were amazing, but...
an enormous amount of pressure on DAs and law enforcement to take cases criminally that get national news or notoriety. And obviously, if you Google Nick, the left doesn't like him, right? They label him as a racist.
The right doesn't really like... I'm going to be charitable and say the right doesn't like him either. I would hope so. Some people on the right do. He is right-leaning, but he's very far right. He's anti-Semitic. He hates Jews. He hates black people. He thinks specifically people like Myron are the same as dogs. So the fact that you're taking it down to here for him is very strange of you to do.
Whatever racist pejorative term you want to use, right? All these things. Which isn't true. We know him in person, etc. But, the media is the media, right? They call us raging racist and evil people as well. So,
Well, no, just you. Walter does a good job at trying to separate himself from you.
We are no strangers to that type of thing. And then also, I'm in a unique position because guess what? I'm one of the few people on the internet that has been through this. I remember.
What is it that you have been through?
Remember when the Asian dog debacle happened, I got thousands of death threats every single fucking day, right?
Do you guys remember when Myron was constantly talking about how he wanted to fight Abba over and over and over again. And then he said something insulting about, I believe it was Preach's wife or girlfriend. And then Preach said, okay, I'll take you both on at once. And then they pretended to have somebody show up that was a hired hitman or something by Abba and Preach to beat them up. And they said, no, get out of here. That's what they did. That was the performance piece that they did. And they still to this day refuse to fight Preach, even though they make fun of him for being gay because he does some kind of theater. But they refuse to fight him. That's real, by the way.
People talking shit, people saying they're going to do X, Y, Z, etc. Granted, I'm in Florida, which, you know, this is a stand your ground states where you have no duty to retreat, where versus Illinois is not like that. So,
considering my understanding he's worth a lot of money, why doesn't he just move to a stand your ground state?
Also, I don't, you know, I live in buildings there where there's security, etc. So it's a lot harder for you to, you know, come and confront me. But if you do, it's probably not going to be a good day for you. But the point I'm trying to make is,
well, if you're a guy, probably, Myron would probably make it pretty easy for you to come.
Is that
honestly, I know by being a white guy.
I've been in his shoes, and I understand.
I bet you have, because you're gay.
When you're getting threatened, people are saying they're going to kill you. People are mailing things to your house. People are texting you randomly. People are blowing up your phone. You're on edge. You don't know what's going on. You don't know if people are coming up to you to say, "Hey, I love your content," or they're trying to attack you. So obviously, someone walking up to his front door, he's like, "What the fuck?" He's going to be on alert, especially during that period of time.
I would just keep the door locked and call the cops. I don't care. I don't have anything. I don't care. I will call the cops on a dime. I don't care. Well, you could fight that. Why? I don't care. I pay my taxes. I'm going to call a police officer. Why would I even open the fucking door?
I mean, 100 million views on Twitter, guys, on top of the crazy TikTok notoriety is going to bring out the crazies. So,
well, you say things for attention, though. Like, you say things provocatively for a certain type of attention. So you're like pretending that it's just because you're popular or whatever. It's because you try to you antagonize people for attention, and they give it to you, and then you cry victim. Oh, guys, I went on and said that black people are basically dogs, and then they wanted to kill me and beat me up, and it's it's how it's like when you make a big social media guy. Okay, that must be everybody else.
So I look at it like, yo, this is bullshit. But again, it hit national news. So the DA's office and wherever he lives probably felt pressure to go after him. I mean, at the end of the day, this is him kicking down a 50-year-old plus woman who's an idiot and doesn't understand that there are consequences. Don't fucking show up to someone's house.
Yeah, why go outside? I don't understand.
But you look at who Nick is, you look at the press that he has, and you look at the woman. They're going to be like, you know what, let's go ahead and just prosecute this case. He's probably more than likely I think he's going to beat this case with a half-competent lawyer. He'll be able to.
Well, if it's anything like the old woman that tried to threaten him, he could definitely maybe beat that. If it was anybody else, though, I very highly doubt it. Have you seen him?
Articulate like, look, this is self-defense. This woman came to his fucking door, blah, blah, blah.
He didn't have to open the door. And also, just to be clear, I'm a little biased because I don't like white supremacist, racist pieces of shit. So I actually would be totally fine if the FBI or whatever decided to weaponize their position to go after him and disproportionately punish him in a very heavy way. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Let's stop pretending. All right, I don't give a shit if they did that. Good. I hope so. I hope it was like that. I hope it's like that episode of not Family Guy. What is the other one? American Dad, where there's just Stan does something wrong to some guy that happens to be like a Nazi, and he tells the police a very obvious lie, and the police officer could tell, but he was like, his dad was like in World War II, like killed in the Holocaust or taken away, so he decided to exact his revenge on the guy who happened to be have a bunch of Nazi sympathizing gear. So I'm fine with that. Go do it. I don't care. Fuck do I give a shit?
But I think where we are now as a nation is they'd rather prosecute first, ask questions later, and then let the person get exonerated by a jury of their peers, right? We've seen this happen in a couple of different cases.
Now, that's how it's always been, depending on your skin color. What are you talking about? What? Let's just not be fucking stupid about it.
Where there's a use of force, white officer, black individual, they want to go ahead and prosecute that individual and let the court kind of decide it. And if they walk, they walk. At least they can say, look, we prosecuted it. Y'all can't burn the city down. We did our job. And I think this is very simple.
I think you're severely overestimating how much people care about Nick Fuentes to such a significant extent.
To that, yes, it's not a black person, a police officer, but you got a white male who has conservative viewpoints with a feminist woman who's
a conservative viewpoints. Okay, that's an insult to conservatives. Let's be real there, man. Jesus Christ.
Is also one of them, right? So, not surprised.
My question is, what force did she apply to him directly? What force?
She came right up to his front door.
But what did she do? Forcefully. Because imagine this, right? So someone walks up to you, they didn't do nothing, you hit them. Who's in trouble? You right?
Well, she did make a threat right before on YouTube saying, not on YouTube, on Facebook saying like, I'm going to go confront him, whatever.
Confront him? Why did he have to open the door?
And do what?
We don't know. And he didn't know.
Did he call the cops?
But if someone's talking to you and you hit them and they didn't touch you, well, is that self-defense?
Well, why wait and find out?
Why open the door?
But okay, isn't self-defense you defend yourself when they attack you?
Yeah, she went to his house.
But she didn't attack him.
Doesn't matter. Went to his house.
Did he open the door? Did she slam on the door? Did she break the door down?
You don't know what she's going to do. I
That's why I would leave the door closed.
wouldn't have chance it either. Someone shows up at your front door that you don't know on some weirdo shit. Like, yeah, first thing you did was create distance right away.
Yeah, by not opening the door.
But okay, hold on.
Pushed her off the
If
thing.
someone comes to my door,
Why would you open the door?
I don't know. I'm not opening the door. Period.
Thank you.
If you're gonna do that, like, listen, I'm not saying that what he did wasn't justified because of his actual threats and all that stuff. I'm just saying she didn't attack him directly. So they can argue and say, listen,
Here's the reality. If some crazy person comes up to your house, don't open the door. I mean, okay. Just don't open the door. He created a lot of distance by opening the door? What?
she didn't even touch him. He pushed her and maced her.
Yeah, because Nick Fuentes is afraid of old women.
And in the court,
I think she's lucky that he only did that.
and in the court, they're gonna argue, oh, it's an old lady that's one
They're literally going to say, why did you open the door in the first place?
of them. Oh, you're cooked. That's
Nah.
like,
I think if he has a halfway competent lawyer, he'll be able to. Because, bro,
Well, I think the problem with Nick Fuentes getting a halfway competent lawyer is that he hates Jewish people, so he's gonna have to do something. he's gonna have to compromise on something, man. And I don't know how good the press is gonna be if he decides to hire a Jewish lawyer. That might not look good for him and his audience. So
you've been getting death threats. Someone shows up at your house. Are you going to sit there and chance it like, oh, yeah, let me open the door and see what she's going to do? No.
I'm gonna keep the door closed and I'm gonna call the cops. Like what?
That nigga gave her the fucking Spartan kick, bro. You know, like,
This is Sparta!
like, bitch, I'm not going to even give you the chance to do some shit.
because if I'm smart, he played into their hands directly. Because now they got him dead right.
And also keep in mind, people were mailing shit to his house.
Oh, okay.
So
So
Like
why
actual
open the door?
poop.
he don't know what she was doing.
Was she using the shit to make a makeshift bomb? Like I don't understand what we're talking about.
Like, hey, don't drop shit off at my front door.
If I see somebody that I don't know or
What, am I gonna hit the FedEx guy? Like
trust, nigga, I'm not opening no damn door. Like, bro, you might come and
True.
shoot me. So if that's the case, like,
True.
okay, listen, I'm thinking logically here. If I'm in danger from threats and people saying they can do shit to me, why open up the door? Cool, he opened the door. What do you want? Push and mace.
But remember, people were mailing him a bunch of like poop boxes and shit like that. He probably didn't even want her to drop it off there.
Okay, so what's your argument that Nick Fuentes was afraid? Like that's it? What happened to facts over feelings? Like, okay,
Like, people were mailing him shit. Like, I'd be pissed too. Like, yo, I don't want you fucking coming on my front door and leaving shit here. I don't know you. Like,
Okay.
clearly this bitch don't got a UPS uniform on.
so then he could get. Doesn't he have a camera in the front of his house? Does he have like a camera that he could record and be like, hey, this girl showed up to my house. Police, go get her. Like what she's doing is blah blah blah. If she left poop at his door, that's all she would have to do, and he can get her on that.
So, I don't know. Like I said, I think
What?
I think he was 100% justified and it was like, I think 1,000% justified.
Yeah, that's why you're not a police officer anymore. Just to be clear, and thank God for it.
Given the nature of what happened, someone that's been in his shoes before with this type of shit happening before, I 1,000% think that she's lucky she only got Mason kicked. Be honest with you.
Okay.
Now, Grant,
Well, you have to understand something is that Myron comes from the place where like it was a woman, so he has to hit her. Like Myron has obsessive compulsive hitting women disorder. So the second that he sees an older woman defenseless come to his doorstep, he has to start. He's like, oh! He has to start. Like basically, once you're Myron's age or older as a woman, he's afraid of you because like you're an adult and that's way too old for him. And he needs to like, oh my God, you're not an 18-year-old OnlyFans girl. Fuck. And then he's got to hit you. If you are an 18-year-old OnlyFans girl, he'll close his eyes and be like, come on. Nick Fuentes, Nick Fuentes, Nick Fuentes. Oh, that's what he does. That's what he thinks about, obviously. White guys. We know this is a fact.
granted, I think the issue here is that he lives in Illinois. If he did this in Florida, he would have been fine.
Okay.
My problem is she didn't forcefully attack him.
That's not even true. Just to be clear, that's not necessarily true. Him doing this in Florida, like I'm pretty sure like in Florida, if you opened your front door when somebody walked up to it and it attacked somebody, you would not be able to call that like a stand your ground situation.
Or in any case, incite violence to him, and he attacked her first. So
She stepped on his property.
doesn't matter. She didn't physically attack him.
Doesn't matter. She shouldn't be there.
Is there a sign saying no trespass? No. So
if there is, so this is the thing, is that we talk about proportionate responses. If there is, it doesn't matter. Like, if there's a sign or not that says "Don't trespass," you call the cops. She wasn't breaking her way into his house. Now, if she was breaking down his door, literally, that's a different conversation.
Listen, I get it. Imagine this was a mailman that came to his door.
Oh, nigga, that's different.
Hold on.
The mailman.
Follow me here. Imagine somebody's there. He may not know why they're there, and he's triggered because of his death threats and attacks them. Isn't that the same thing?
No, not at all, because a mailman has a duty to be there. He has a right to be there. He's supposed to be there. He's fulfilling a obligation to his job. He's wearing a uniform. He's clearly a distinguished member of society that this is his job. Like, this is some random bitch showing up to his house.
What if it's a surveyor? See, I'm just saying.
Come on, nigga.
Hold on.
Come on, Fresh.
Hold on.
Come on, man.
What if she was serving cervezas?
You like him, but I'm putting logic here. If someone comes to your door that you don't know, you open it and attack them, it doesn't matter if you're getting threats or not. It just matters that you...
Fundamentally, what he's saying makes sense. Like, you can't just attack somebody based on a preconceived notion that you don't necessarily understand. I know Myron said earlier something along the lines of like, oh, she was posting on Facebook about how she's going to go confront him, which is not saying you're going to attack somebody. But like, did he actually know that? Or was that something he learned after the fact? Of course, it's something he learned after the fact that I wasn't aware of. And he'll probably say he knew that from the start because he's going to get a lawyer that'll tell him to say that. But like, that's the reality of the situation. So like, yeah, you can't just attack people with reckless abandon. Okay. It's just like, he's being stupid. Myron wants to play victim again. That's what it comes down to. He wants to play victim. He wants to be like, guys, the media like really hates people that are like conservative, even though they're white supremacists that think that black people are dogs. That's what Nick Fuentes is. Like, literally, that's a verbatim thing. And he decided, because he's afraid, because he's a weak little boy, he was afraid because a woman showed up to his house and he got really scared and he decided to attack her because he was scared. Like, he was afraid of an older woman. Like, that's who Nick Fuentes is. Like, that's the reality. Thank you for the $5 from Jackass from Zito. Just got done ice skating with my friends. Please say what's up to my homegirl, Lexi. What's up, Lexi? This whole vibe reminds me so much of Boogie. Keep it real, Papa God. Thank you, brother. Well, hello again to Alexi.
You hit them first.
Nah.
And then
self-defense, man. Again, this is Illinois.
He's in.
So that's why we're even having this discussion. In Florida, he would have been good.
But
he could have like kicked that bitch, like, get the fuck out of here. It's been fine.
But that's not Florida.
It's Illinois. But again, I think, because here's the thing, what it's going to come down to is, did he act reasonably? I think 100% he acted reasonably. When they actually established all the facts of what was going on, and this is again on Nick's team, defense team, to show, when he shows all the death threats, all the people showing up at his door, all the people that mailed him shit, etc., it's justifiable.
No, it's not. That's not how that works. It wouldn't be justifiable. They might be able to put up a solid argument that he is afraid because of the constant threats, and that could play into his sentencing to reduce the sentencing. But like, what you're saying is simply untrue. When it's what you're saying is preposterous. That like, they'll say it's like, oh, it's totally justifiable. Like, no, they won't. I have to buy this
because people are mailing shit to his door. Like, literally, like, there's a service out there that they can mail like shit to someone's house. See, like a poop box.
Here's the issue.
He's probably like, bro, I don't want this shit on my front door, and open the door, bitch, get out of here, boom.
Here's the issue. We could have our opinion all day that it's justified. In the court system, he hit her first. Now, granted, who's in the court system? People that don't like him. So what's gonna happen is, it's just my point of view, you played into their hands, because now what's happening now is that you are now in the process of their discretion. And now that you're in their discretion, I can just say, because I don't like the guy, you know what? He had an old lady that is of this descent, and he's been saying this shit online about these people. Got your ass now. That's what I'm gonna say, because I'm thinking 10 steps ahead. He played into their hands, man. 100%.
No, halfway decent lawyer will be able to fight this. Halfway decent lawyer will be able to fight
They
this.
don't play it fair, bro.
And again, remember, this is a misdemeanor bullshit charge, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I think this was more done from a political angle to save face for the district attorney's office. This is probably going to get dismissed, or, you know, I mean, if I was Nick, I'd fight all the way. I'd get a lawyer. I'd go to trial on this shit. I'm not letting.
Damn, you're gonna sell out, dude. You're gonna use a Jewish lawyer. He hates Jews. That's fucked up. Come on, man. You gotta double down. If you're telling my people that you think that we're less than, then you're gonna have to stay away from our amazing services. Okay.
Y'all fucking convict me of battery, even though it's a misdemeanor. And try to paint me as like some dude that just like attacked a random woman. Like, no, this bitch went to my front door looking for trouble. She posted on Facebook about it first. She clearly was there to antagonize me.
Did he know that, or is that something that you're adding in? I'm pretty sure he did not know that.
She went on my property that I own and tried to start an issue. I had been getting death threats, etc. Any person given, how would a reasonable person behave? Any reasonable person would have responded to that degree to some.
No, I don't think so. Most reasonable people be like, "What are you doing? Like, get out of here! I'm calling the cops."
Responded in that way to some degree. And she's lucky she only got kicked and a mace.
I would have came out recording, not pepper spraying.
I wouldn't have come outside in general.
You don't know if she got a weapon or whatever, bro. That's why the first thing he did was create distance.
This is why I would open up the door.
Yeah, the first thing I do is create distance. So why are you opening the door in the first place? That doesn't make any sense.
Once you're on someone's
That makes no sense.
property, bro, like you're basically you're cooked. Like you have no.
What?
No, I agree. She shouldn't have been there. Period.
Once you go onto somebody's property, they can attack you if they don't want you there. That's not how it works. What?
But then your next step is to then attack. I don't know, bro. Because that, bro.
Nigga said call the police. Do you guys know what the response time is? Like for the cops in Chicago, you stupid fucks.
I mean, it really does not matter. It doesn't matter. The concept is a proportional response. You don't get to just do whatever you want just because you feel upset.
Late. Very late.
Nigga, they're not gonna show. You call the cops, bro. They're not showing up. Are you fucking serious?
They'll show up eventually. It is what it is.
Someone said call the cops. Yeah, you could call the cops. He probably did. To be honest with you, he probably did.
Did he? Did he probably, or did he?
But I'll tell you guys this right now: Chicago PD ain't showing up, bro. Like in a reasonable hour, in a reasonable amount of time, especially for someone at your front door. Niggas got murders going on.
I love that. I love that you've been sitting here gassing up why Nick was allowed to open up the door and attack her, despite the fact that he was under no true threat. And you're playing it up as if it's this big deal, and then you go, yeah, they're not going to. The police aren't going to show very quickly. Oh, especially if it's just somebody at your front door. It's not a murder or anything. You literally just admitted to us that you don't think it's that big of a deal. What are you talking about?
Anyone that lives in a major city fucking knows this shit. You call the cops for something like that, response time is slow, bro.
Okay,
super
no kidding.
slow. Anyone that lives in New York City, Chicago, any of these crime-ridden fucking blue cities, bro, cops ain't showing up for a minute, man.
Okay.
But fuck you, Anonymous. Dude said, murder, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, you bitch ass nigga. Like you.
Whoa, you're not allowed to say that word, Myron. What's going on?
I love when
I thought he didn't want to be black anymore. What happened?
Dude, talking shit from an anonymous account.
Isn't it funny? People are fighting about our opinions.
Yeah, man. Fuck out of here, man.
That's not even funny. Like, that's what your entire show is about. What are you talking about? Is of having opinions. Then you're crying. People are fighting about our opinions. Isn't that so funny? Not really, idiot. That's literally how this works. When you do social and political or any type of commentary, people are going to engage with that commentary. What?
Oh, man.
This is just Walter trying to guzzle Myron a little bit so they can pretend to have common ground on something.
Listen,
Isn't
bro,
it crazy that people care about our opinions? Like, that's wild. Yeah, actually, I agree with that. I'm surprised anybody gives a fuck, but...
We could disagree on certain things, man. And either way, bro, we wish him the best, you know?
Yeah.
I don't.
I would fight if I were him. He's in the right, bro.
I think she shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Yeah, fuck that
but
bitch.
His response to it was not the best response. Just to be fair. I think. Because violence without violence back to you is kind of like L. Because now, you're the one that started violence, and it's a woman, bro. And she's of that descent. Oh, man. See,
and she's old, and she's probably incapable of doing anything physical.
See, the problem is, bro, is they're going to frame it. I know they're going to frame it as she's like this. She's old. You put her and you maced her? Oh, hell no. And we know how they think.
He maced her. No offense. What just a female thing to do. I'm sorry. When I talk about fresh and fit, I get like a little more regressive because, like, really? You know what I mean? Like, that's just so pathetic. You're gonna mace this girl? Like, hit her. I don't know. Don't, but like, hit her. You know what I mean? Like, that's mace. That's just so like weak. Mace is for people who you can't fight. You know, which is not a bad thing. But it's like, you're gonna mace her? You're gonna open the door and mace her? You're so afraid? Were you like flapping your wings? Oh my god! Is that what you're doing too? Like, what are you doing?
So you just played it right into their hands. Like, oh, we got you now. But I mean, it is a misdemeanor, so
Gotcha, bitch.
We're not that bad, but
yeah, I think you have a right to defend your home.
Also,
so,
I don't like hitting women. Period. So that's my stance on that. I will never hit a woman. No, if she's gonna attack me, that's different. But if she's not attacking me, then record. What do you want? I'm recording you right now. What do you want? Cool. Nothing.
Yeah, me, hot take. I'm not gonna hit anybody if they don't attack me. It's not weird. It's a crazy thing.
Goodbye. Or just get the door closed.
All we know so far is that she was filming. Oh, so she was filming it, and then you fucking maced her. What a beta!
It's self-defense, nigga. How did she hit him? Hold on.
People are gonna have their views, bro. It's fine. They're saying L Myron in the chat too, which is fine. Niggas are gonna have their views.
I'm surprised that they're disagreeing with Myron. I would thought that they would. I thought his entire audience would be like all over the fact that he hit a woman. They'd be like, "Yeah, this is awesome." I figured they would be like all over it. They'd be like, "This is amazing." Blah, blah, blah. I love thinking about hitting women. Like, I thought that's what they were going to engage in. Don't clip that, please. Don't clip that, please.
It's fine.
Tell me logically, dumbass. If someone's not attacking you, how's that self-defense? Please Google what it means as self-defense, and then you tell me if someone's just standing there not attacking you, is that self-defense? It's not.
True.
Because now you're the aggressor. You attacked her first, so what are you, the aggressor? Like, they could, like, are you retarded? Like, what the
Whoa, dude, you can't say that.
fuck?
Maybe he has the pass because I think he has an intellectual disability.
No, I'm just saying though, bro. Like, anyhow, we'll see what happens in the future. But I think he played into their hands, honestly.
Yeah, he said that a few
So-
times.
We got the don't we got a phone call?
All right, I couldn't keep jumping through the timestamps because they don't know how to label their content correctly. Because Fresh and Fit, top tier. That doesn't apply employees for a reason. I want to see if there's anything we missed in the Fresh and Fit in the Ab and Preach. Sorry, I always get them too confused. Sorry, this joke is like so overdone. I'm just curious about if there's anything we missed. Okay, let's check this out.
Do you know what happened?
So for those of you that are unaware, Nick Fuentes was arrested earlier today for battery, and this occurred after a woman went to his house after saying that she was going to go to his house and confront him as.
And it turned out she wasn't all white, so he had to attack her to get her away from him because he hates non-white people, guys. And even though he's been attracted to exclusively non-women and non-white people, like there's an Asian woman he's attracted to, and he's very clearly attracted to femboys. He has to try to stay pure. Also, he's gay.
As a neo-Nazi, etc. After the tweets, he made a tweet that went viral. I think it's like at 100 million now. Where after Trump won, he put "Your body, my choice, forever." And obviously, it got 100 million views on Twitter. It went crazy on TikTok. Girls were doing duets to it. They were all triggered and mad at him because he said this. And obviously, it was kind of funny. But
What's funny about that?
the left didn't take well to it. So
Well, I think it's just pathetic. It's obviously rage bait for attention because he's got nothing interesting to say. But
people doxed his address, showed his family members. People were going to his house. People were mailing shit to his house, etc. So this woman decides to show up to his house and knock on the door. And Nick basically pushes her down the steps. It was like 2 steps. He pushes her down the steps and maces her. So
wow. So he says provocative things for attention. Basically saying, like, making a joke out of taking the agency of a woman. Then people show up to his house. An old woman shows up to his house, and then he opens the door and maces her like a baby. That's his response? Okay. I mean, that's cringe, no? I don't know.
So he pushed her down, etc. And he took her phone and ended up giving it back. Cops show up, etc. Now, a month or so later, he gets arrested for this, right? So probably a detective took on the case. They decided to prosecute him. He gets arrested. It seems like he's released now. It's a misdemeanor charge, just battery.
Did you see the video?
Oh, I think I saw a clip.
Hi. Oh my God, what are you doing?
Okay, so
That's so pathetic. Wait, that's all it took? All it took was for a woman to show up to his house that was angry at him for saying, "Your body, my choice," making a joke out of robbing women of their agency as like a 5'5" closeted homosexual. And he instantly comes outside with mace and sprays her? Dude, what? Mace? Really? I don't know. That's just so pathetic. That's just pathetic. That's so sad. That's just pathetic.
I didn't think much of it because, I mean, somebody going to somebody's place.
You open the door, you not, yeah.
To
Just leave the door closed.
start problems. Like,
You yank that phone and everything and stuff.
but when I watched the video, first thing I did was laugh because that shit happened quick. Second thing I said is he's going to be charged for that
Why'd you say that?
because you can't do that.
Yes, you can't do
You can't
that,
just
yeah.
open your door and mace people.
Oh, yeah. I guess what you're saying.
She didn't even say nothing. I literally remember. I think I see her ring the doorbell. The door swings open. Motherfucker comes out. You know what I mean? It's like a ferret, just right.
Like a fucking ferret.
And the moment he sprays
Like
her,
a ferret. Like a fucking skunk.
yeah, just spray the shit out of her.
Spicy skunk.
You see the phone
That's
fall
a
down.
fire name for weed.
He
Anyways,
yanks
go
the phone. It goes right in, and people are like, "Oh, fuck around, find out, find out." In my head, I'm like, "You can't do that." And
What do you mean? People were saying fuck around, find out? He's the one that was fucking around. He was the one that needed to find out. Frankly, if she had showed up to do more, I would have laughed. Who cares? It's so funny. So a woman showing up to your front door, an old woman, and recording and saying, I'm here for you, Nick. And him coming outside and spraying her like a little baby. That's fuck around and find out. But him talking about how it's funny to steal agency for women, that's not okay. True.
if he would have used a gun, for example, he'd be going to jail for murder.
Yeah.
Not premeditated, manslaughter probably, but he'd definitely go to jail for that. And the reason being is,
You can't open the door and spray people.
oh well, castle doctrine, this and that. No, she didn't make a threat to him. She didn't say she was gonna hurt them. You can't just open your door because you don't want someone on your property. You can harm them. That's not the way the law works.
Yeah, just call cops, bro.
She said that she was about to go to her house.
Yeah, she announced it online. She's going in the house. You're allowed to do that. If people think that this kind of stuff is illegal, do you know how often paparazzi would get blasted legally?
Oh yeah.
That's true. Kanye would have fucking lit him up.
And I hate the paparazzi. And I part of me wishes they would get blasted.
Hey, good morning, Kanye.
Okay.
But You can't do that. That's not the way self-defense or any of this stuff works. There is no law in place where you show up on
I feel bad for that guy because like that was one where Kanye didn't have to be so rude, you know. But
someone's property, they can just blast you without warning. Imagine if that's the case. Everybody who knocks on a random door, you know, and basically asks for direction, blast them. You're afraid? Blast. That's not the way it functions.
Not surprised.
My question is, what force did she apply to him directly? What force?
She came right up to his front door.
That's not force. That's ding dong.
So this man say, what kind of force?
yeah, that'd be like if a kid decided to play a prank on you and ding dong ditch you, you could shoot him. Which maybe we would live in a better society then. I don't know.
You went to his door.
She went to the door.
She came right up to his front door.
But what did she do? Forcefully. Because imagine this, right? So someone walks up to you, they didn't do nothing, you hit them. Who's in trouble? You, right?
Well, she did make a threat right before on YouTube saying, not on YouTube, on Facebook saying like, I'm going to
Okay, did he know about the threat or
go
and what is what threat of what?
confront him, whatever.
Confront the threat of confrontation? That's crazy.
And what?
Yo!
Oh my God!
Yo, my guy!
Is that fresh?
Okay, coconuts! Okay, coconuts!
Okay, we in Barbados.
Yo, we in Barbados!
We in Barbados.
Jesus Christ.
Let's go to Barbados!
I don't know why we wear jackets in Barbados.
No.
But
we're
coconuts in Barbados.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's
Is Barbados hot? If I was born there, would I have darker skin?
go, coconuts!
Yay!
Okay, and do what? And do what?
That's it. Damn.
Okay, I never thought I'd say this. Okay, coconuts.
Yeah, that's gonna be a new line. Okay, coconut.
Okay, coconuts.
Yo, I need a bounty bar. Where's that shit at?
We don't know. And he didn't know.
But if someone's talking to you and you hit them and they didn't touch you, is that self-defense?
Why wait and find out?
Why open the door?
Okay, isn't self-defense you defend yourself when they attack you?
Yeah, she went to his house.
But she didn't attack him.
Doesn't matter. Went to his house. You don't know what she's going to
Okay.
do. I wouldn't chance it either. Someone shows up at your front door that you don't know on some weirdo shit. Like, yeah, first thing you did was create distance right away.
Making distance is closing the door.
Yeah, do you not? No, making distance is he didn't have to make distance. Distance was already made just by the amazing modern invention of doors. We haven't had them for too long, so I know it's difficult for people to understand exactly how they work. But with this new thing called the door, you don't have to answer it or open it for anybody. And they're reasonably difficult to break down. They're pretty sturdy. You can break them down. I'm not going to lie. They are breakdownable. But, I mean, this woman, old woman, decrepit, crypt keeper woman, she's probably overweight. Let's be real. I don't really know. I don't know. I'm not trying to say anything. I'm just saying. But anyway, she's less of a threat than Frank Castle was to Boogie. So...
So I don't know. Macing her is not making distance. It's an assault. The distance is the door.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let Fresh do his thing, bro. Let coconuts go.
Coconuts, go!
That reminds me of the Pokemon meme, where Walter's definitely a Geodude, and Myron is a Brock. And you know what's so sad? I deleted that picture. I was like going through all my stuff and organizing. I'm like, I have no need for this picture anymore. This would have been the perfect time for that fucking picture.
What up, my sugar babies? I'm just here to give you
Terrible.
what you need whenever you're going to be stranded on that boat with Fresh and Fit on the next boat party. Yeah, it's going to be boring.
Yeah, I hope you don't get stranded on a boat party with Fresh and Fit. Not because I don't think that they would do anything to you or force you to do anything, but there's an implication that they might. So yeah, I gotta be careful.
Boys are going to be dancing with the boys while you see the boys dancing with the boys. You're going to use the boat's Wi-Fi. Yeah, and you need to secure
I was like really lost with where this advertisement was going, but now I understand.
your information in your phone while you're on that boat's Wi-Fi. So I suggest you to use Surfshark. Yeah, Surfshark encrypts your information before it hits the Wi-Fi and goes out there in the world.
All right.
So nobody of the
Now I can browse the dark web while I'm on someone else's boat. Because the boats are boring. But cartel videos of people getting their heads chopped off, how could you ever be bored?
Fresh and Fit and nobody on the boat or whoever else want to have your information is going to have access to them. You're going to have a secure connection to your Wi-Fi. And on top of that, you're probably going to be bored on that boat because the boys are going to be dancing with the boys, you know, boys being boys. You're going to be bored and you're probably going to be wanting to watch the content from wherever you're from, you know, Russia, Thailand,
Sorry guys, this is the rules. If I react to someone else's content, we have to watch their advertisements.
and Bangkok. Well, you're going to be able to travel to that place with Surfshark. You see, Surfshark is a VPN changer. It changes the location of your phone. So you're going to be able to enjoy content from your country of origin, whether it's
Cool.
Russia or wherever you're from.
Yeah guys, this way you can keep TikTok. You can keep your TikTok going.
Yeah.
Go to surfshark.com/AbbaandPreach for 4 extra months of Surfshark at an unbeatable price. It's the holiday season. Protect yourself.
Because all the time when we be talking to the boys, now I'm talking to you, sugar babies. Yeah, we got the thing for you. So enjoy. Happy holidays.
But okay, hold on.
Pushed her off
If
the
someone comes to my door, I don't know. I'm not opening the door. Period. Listen, I'm not saying that he did
Period,
wasn't
sister.
justified because of his actual threats and all that stuff. I'm just saying she didn't attack him directly. So they can argue and say, listen, she didn't even touch him. He pushed her and maced her.
Good.
And in the court,
I think she's lucky.
Good, I hate women so much.
that he only did that.
That's not the question, bro. That's not the question.
Hold on, fresh cooking right now. Yeah, he cooking it with coconut oil.
I know.
Yeah, do his thing.
And in the court, they're gonna argue, oh, it's an old lady that's one of them. Oh, you're cooked.
I think if he has a halfway competent lawyer, he'll be able to. Because, bro, you've been getting
The only thing that he can, the literal only argument or defense he can come up with is that he was scared. That he's a scared guy. That's literally the only argument he'll be able to come up with is like, hey, I was a scared guy. So I reacted like a scared guy. I was very terrified. I'm very small in stature. People hate me on the internet because I say very provocative piece of shit things. I'm very scared. Very, very scared, especially of women because, ew. And yeah, that's pretty much his only real argument there.
death threats. Someone shows up at your house. Are you going to sit there and chance it? Like, oh, yeah, let me open the door and see what she's going to do. No, Denica gave her the Spartan kick, bro. You know, like.
Sorry, boss. Just because you begin threats doesn't mean you can mace everyone who knocks at your door. If that was the case, do you understand how many people I could fucking mace?
You just have to do the Haitian thing, which
Yeah, every fucking, what are they called? Mormons or whatever? Jehovah's Witnesses? Shit. Jehovah would be witnessing me macing them. That was a little bit of a weak joke, but I liked it.
pure we call it, well,
But it also wasn't really a joke. I would totally do that. Fuck them.
Wezette.
Yeah.
The Wezette is really simple. Knock, knock, knock. Where's it? I mean, that's what we say. And then you ask, I'm this person, I'm that. And then you're not opening the door.
Also,
and then you call the cops. This person is trespassing.
Also, you could just have like a keyhole. You could also just have like a keyhole in your door or like use a window. Your doors have windows and just not, you know?
you have to understand the defense he's using is essentially the same defense he could use for your gun. Do you think it's a reasonable response that if you get a death threat, anybody who knocks at your door, you can just open the door and shoot them?
You
guys know that's crazy. It's
crazy.
no different from macing. You cannot do that. If you think macing is okay, that means that if I can shoot everybody who knocks at my door.
I think Fresh is right.
Well, I mean, I agree with him overall. It's the reality. It really just boils down to, is it an appropriate response? You have to engage in proportionate responses in the real world. You can't just decide to do whatever you want. So somebody knocking on your door and recording your door does not give you the ability to have the response of macing anybody or shooting them, but you can yell at them, especially those people who come to sell you solar. Okay, because you have to get them contracted afterwards. They got to clean it. They got to do this and that. It's just a whole hassle,
The mailman shows up, and my mailman here, especially with Amazon, they don't have an outfit that's clear.
No, they don't.
They look like regular Joe Schmoes. I see a door knock, I open it, I just shoot the guy.
Maybe you should. Bro, I had an Amazon guy come today. It snowed a little bit out. He just threw my package in the snow. I know he did it because he slid it. He put it down, a box. He didn't put like a plastic on the box. I know they have it. And he just put it down on my stoop, on my porch, and he just slid it across. I'm like, it's not like he put it down and then it started to snow. He just put it down and then pushed it through the snow to push it closer to my door. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Why would you do that? So I shot him.
Because I had jet threats. You can't do that, even if you live in Florida.
I think this speaks volumes to where we are in America. And what I've realized ever since the George Floyd riots and Minneapolis being burned down to the ground, there's been an enormous amount of pressure on DAs and law enforcement to take cases criminally that get national news or notoriety. And obviously, if you Google Nick, the left doesn't like him, right? They label him as a racist.
Because he is.
Whatever racist pejorative term you want to use, right? All these things.
This man's in a sunken place.
Yes.
He lives there. So they label him as crazy. The man calls himself a racist.
That's true.
He says whites are superior, blacks are inferior.
There's the people labeling them.
Okay.
Not him.
People are saying they're going to kill you. People are mailing things to your house. People are texting you randomly. People are blowing up your phone. You're
True. You should be able to shoot anybody who texts you randomly, because stop it, Mom. You know what I mean? Should leave me the fuck alone.
on edge. You don't know if people are coming up to you to say, hey, I love your content, or they're trying to attack you. So obviously, someone walking up to his front door, he's like, what the fuck? He's going to be on alert, especially during that period of time. So the DA's office and wherever he lives probably felt pressure to go after him. I mean, at the end of the day, this is him.
What if they just didn't like him, too? Like, what if they're just like, you know what? This guy's an asshole. Let's go arrest him. I'm all for it, boys in blue.
Kicking down a 50-year-old plus woman who's an idiot and doesn't understand that
50-year-old woman, and Nick feels the need to grab fucking mace and just fucking spray this bitch. It's crazy.
there are consequences. Don't fucking show up to someone's house. But you look at who Nick is, you look at the press that he has, then you look at the woman.
You look at how tall he is and how, like, inferior he is genetically, and you're like, wait a minute, what the hell?
They're going to be like, you know what, let's go ahead and just, like, prosecute this case. He's probably more than likely going to, I think he's going to beat this case with a half-competent lawyer. He'll be able to articulate, like, look, this is self-defense. This woman came in his fucking door, blah, blah, blah. But I think where we are now as a nation is they'd rather prosecute first, ask questions later, and then let the person get exonerated by a jury of their peers. If they walk, they walk. At least they can say, look, we prosecuted it.
Better hopes there's no, like, non-white people there.
Y'all can't burn the city
Also, maybe the hope there's no racists there either, because Nick Fuentes is technically Hispanic, so he really doesn't win.
down. We did our job. And I think this is very
I wonder, would he apply these laws to January 6ers? Of course not. He would say, like, no, wait a minute. Wait a minute. They broke into the Capitol and were threatening to hurt people? They shot that girl? She deserved it. Good. That bitch.
Similar to that, yes, it's not a black person, a police officer, but you got a white male who has conservative viewpoints with a feminist woman who's also one of them.
And we know how terrifying feminists are with their blue hair and screaming all the time and crying when any little thing happens. So that's a threat, obviously, because again, very terrifying. 15-year-old girls that don't even really understand their own identity, that's the scariest thing. I'd mace them too if I was locked behind my own house door. So scary. So terrifying.
Right? So,
If I'm smart, he played into their hands directly. Because now they got him their directs.
and also keep in mind, people were mailing shit to
Whose fucking hands are you talking about? Like, what?
his house. So
So why open up the door?
he don't know what she was doing. Like, hey, don't drop shit off at my front door.
If I see somebody that I don't know or trust, nigga, I'm not opening no damn door. Like, bro,
True.
you might kind of shoot me. So if that's the case, like, okay, listen. I'm thinking logically here. If I'm in danger from threats and people saying they can do shit to me, why open up the door? Cool, he opened the door.
True.
What do you want? Push and mace.
But remember, people were mailing him a bunch of like poop boxes and shit like that.
Oh!
So imagine if
So he gets to take a nice bath.
in his world, your kid might be lost in a neighborhood. They go to knock at somebody's door, and because that person received a death threat in the past, they can shoot your kid.
But that already happened when the kid was lost and he went to the.
Yeah.
Judge rules white man will stand trial for shooting black teen Ralph Yarl who went to the wrong house. What the fuck? That's real? That's insane. Why? Crazy.
And the person came out. They got to do.
They didn't even do that. They shot him through the door. They shot the kid through the door. That person is going to jail now.
Yeah.
Good. They should be fucking. What are you talking? Shot him through the fucking door. That's insane. If you don't want to answer the door because you don't like black people, like whatever. What the fuck? You're gonna shoot him through the door? Because like I don't know the specific circumstances of what was going on there. I know that there are people, especially young kids, that well, not young kids, but there are people who like show up to your house, and then they'll be like, "Oh man, this is going on to me. Can you help me?" And blah 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 blah. Like I don't know. And they, when you open the door, they have people run in. So I doubt it was that. But like, so I get not opening the door. But if you want to like say something through the door, like, what do you want? Oh, I'm lost. Okay, I'm gonna call the cops for you. And if they go, "No, don't do that," be like, "Okay, then you're obviously not lost." Right? That's crazy.
Times where people were like, well, she was on my property. It was one time it was like an Uber Eats delivery person. I think they had the wrong door, whatever it was. The old lady just shot her. She's going to jail. You can't do this. Let's go watch.
That's
Now,
crazy.
granted, I think the issue here is that he lives in Illinois. If he did this in Florida, he would have been fine.
My problem is she didn't forcefully attack him, or in any case, incite violence to him, and he attacked her first. So
She stepped on his property.
doesn't matter. She didn't physically attack him.
Doesn't matter. She shouldn't be there.
Is there a sign saying don't trespass? No.
Doesn't matter if there is, dude.
Yo, Fresh mopped the floor with her. Yo, Fresh mopped the floor with her.
Okay, Fresh.
Fresh, if this is how you behave with that sugar baby, I understand why she liked you.
Okay.
That's crazy. I understand why she let. That's crazy. Actually, no what?
Yeah, if he thought she had a gun, he wouldn't have even opened the door. That's actually a great point. That's even more to understand that she wasn't there with any legitimate threat. If he thought that she was a legitimate threat, he wouldn't have even opened the door. That's a good point.
So crazy that she let you do that shit. But you know what? Don't matter. Fresh, I'm proud of you. If you need another sugar baby contact, holla at your boy. I know some.
Okay.
You earned it.
So
you earned yourself some sugar. I never thought I'd see the day, man.
Yeah, same. Okay.
Coconuts are standing up.
Have a little bit of respect. Fresh is standing up.
Okay.
No, I'm just
Coconuts
kidding.
are
Let's go
standing
coconuts.
up.
One video is not going to undo the years of coconuts.
No. You're still coconuts.
Yeah, but you know, coconuts are still crazy because you know coconuts kill a bunch of people every year.
Yeah.
Because they just be falling from the trees and hit people on the head and they murder them.
Bunks.
And from that height, coconuts are a very hard shell.
Yeah.
They just straight up murk people.
Yep.
Crazy.
Wow. So it's actually like a compliment. They're calling him kind of a badass, huh?
So don't play with coconuts, man. They can be deadly sometimes. If you're not paying attention, once a year.
Plus, all those unsaturated fats in coconuts, man. Jesus Christ. All the sugar. It's fucking wild.
Bunks.
And Myron's getting his taste. Anything else?
Bunks.
Damn, guys, it's 2025 looking crazy. 2025 looking crazy. We got Fresh looking different. Standing up to Myron.
And he took his time. I appreciate the fact that you took your time to say that.
I'm surprised that Myron didn't give him too much shit back either. They were just disagreeing. Still a beta conversation to have, specifically from Myron's perspective.
Elaborate what you got to say. You took some. Let me go back.
Like when you look like such a fucking pussy and such a baby when you do shit like that. If you want to guzzle Nick Fuentes' cum, that's fine. But to sit there and justify that experience he had is insane to me. It's one thing for you to be like, yeah, I like the guy. Maybe I understand why he's so on edge, but you can't do that. But nope, Myron, the second that he likes somebody, will actually choke on it. He'll actually take it so deep he will choke on it. But he doesn't choke because he's a fucking pro.
Let me go. I appreciate that. Okay.
Bam.
Okay. Real talk. We're not even clowning.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the people who said Fresh was useless, maybe he been the brains of this whole operation the whole time.
It starts to look like
I like how our content's changed. It went from like debates and like hating on these niggas to now all of a sudden be like, we're proud of you, kid.
no, but if someone makes sense, it makes sense. That's it.
That's it.
If you make sense, you make dollars. Good job.
All right, let's know what you guys think in the comments below. Could you guys believe it?
God damn.
Could you guys believe it? I'm so proud of you.
Hey, drop the let's go coconuts in the chat right now.
Yeah, let's go coconut.
Let's go coconuts.
In the chat.
Coconuts.
Holy. Whoa, that was a weird ending. Imagine a world where Fresh becomes more popular on his own podcast. Scary. Yeah, I don't think that would ever happen. He's unfortunately very bland. So, yeah, good video. Imagine he got really popular on Ghetto Gaggers. Blech.